everybody. And if you heard a little bit of the intro music on double, that's Stubbs' fault.
My fault.
You're bad.
Kids. Sorry.
Because he has to see himself on Facebook, has to see that intro because he loves it so much. Maybe that should be part of our 2018 stuff. Maybe we should do a new intro video. I think that's a good idea.
Ooh, okay, yeah, maybe we can make that work.
Just jumping into the show right off the top here. This is a 2018 check-in. Are you still drinking water? Or are you hoping that wine is going to help you lose weight? And trust me, there is absolutely no judgment here. Because I feel at any given week, either or could happen. I'm just saying. How are you doing, Stub? How is your 2018 going so far?
It's we're getting through it is the thing. Little illness. So I'm a little day or two behind, but it's going well. I'm still optimistic and positive. Except for the things I'm not optimistic and positive about, which we'll get to later.
Oh, that sounds nice and wishy-washy. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, I like to hedge my bets.
Keep it real. What are you drinking tonight?
What am I drinking tonight? Look at this. I'm drinking the 2014 Estate Crush Old Vine Zinfandel.
Ooh.
Hey, Jen, you've had this. Remember this?
I have.
This is the Wine Bloggers Reserve from last year in Lodi.
I really like that one, actually. Oh, and I think I remember they were...
Now, right?
What's that?
2 years ago now, technically.
2 years ago. Gosh, that's right.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God. They left a couple of those bottles out on the table, and then they slowly disappeared. I think I may have gotten 2 bottles myself.
I at least brought one home. I didn't see if there was another one on the shelf, but if I did bring another one home, I've already consumed it. But opened this tonight, really, really like it. Little earthy. You get that big fruit that you expect though from a Zin from Lodi. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it.
I actually love Old Vine Zins from Lodi, and I really appreciate the Bloggers Conference for introducing me to a ton of them.
Of course.
So, unlike you, who is planning on wine to keep their diet, I am actually drinking some very, very nouveau 2018 SodaStream sparkling water.
Nice.
But I have a nice wine glass to make everybody feel better about it, including myself.
I've been drinking a lot of the SodaStream sparkling water this week, so
I got the SodaStream for Christmas, and
How are you enjoying it?
I really like it, actually. I'm liking the fact that I can just change, I guess, the mouth feel of water, because it's not really changing anything else but putting some bubbles in there, so changing the mouth feel.
Have you made your own tonic yet and done that? I know a great recipe.
No, but you should tell me where I can find that recipe.
Or are you waiting for me to make you a tonic syrup to send home with you next time we get together for margaritas?
I'm just saying. But you should tell us where we can find your recipe, and tell us a little bit more about what you have coming up and what you've been working on.
Let's see. All right, recipe corkenvy.com or the Cork Envy YouTube channel. It's easy. YouTube/Cork Envy. Yeah, you can learn to make your own tonic syrup, which works well with a brand new SodaStream. I promise you. What I've been working on? Well, getting well, taking down the holiday decorations. I just finished the last of that today. So tomorrow I'll organize my garage and get that back into shape, because it's going to be like 65 degrees here tomorrow, although it'll be rainy, but you can believe there are going to be guests in my garage tomorrow afternoon. So I'll get that done. Other than that, our good buddy Kern and I just released our... Is it time for that, Jen? Is it not? See? Sorry. All right, great. I'm talking about it. Today, Kern and I just released our best of the season 1 of the One Bourbon, One Shard, or One Beer podcast episode to end season 1. And it's actually Kern and I being nice to each other. So if you listen for no other reason, if you don't care about our booze thoughts, our music thoughts, or whatever else, listen to this episode to hear the one time a year Kern and I will actually say nice things to and about each other in a public forum. How about that? It's a fun episode. Because next week we're doing, 2 weeks from now, we'll release our worst of episode, the worst songs from each other's playlist. So there'll be a lot of, what you normally hear from Kern and I going back and forth while drinking and listening to music.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for the little bit of stall there. And
No problem, Jen. Hey, Jen, I will also say this. That's why you're a better partner in some ways. You and I are nice to each other on air all the time.
I
And
could swear that Kern is the perfect angel, though.
and
Like, I
we
don't
only
understand.
and we only rarely get upset with each other not on camera. So it's actually better. Yeah.
If I'm going to do a plug for the Wine Antics after party, which happens immediately after we go live here.
Yes.
Last week was Kern was in rare form, very, very. He was very
Yes.
spicy coming into the after chat.
Spicy.
Just gonna leave it like that. But I will have the
Very
link up at the end of the show because
right.
it's held right in Zoom where we produce the show from. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
And let's see, what have I been up to?
I was about to ask you that, Jen. What have you been doing?
It's like we can read each other's minds. It's like we've
I
been doing
know.
this for 2 years or so.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has, because we have an entire year worth of content like fully like produced. We started fully producing things independent of third parties, of Huzzah, of Blab,
Yes.
Fire Talk a year ago. And
Yes.
that's a huge milestone.
That is a huge milestone. And we didn't plan this. I want to thank you, Jen, personally, and Jonathan as well.
Yes.
Both of y'all at VitBug there for making this show look really great every week.
We're trying very hard, and it's all a learning process. It's just like anybody. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have anything, you're just figuring it out along the way, and that's what we're doing. And I may have said I have a surprise for Stub,
Uh-oh.
and it may have something to do with our whole year
Uh-oh.
worth of videos now, and kind of thinking about it, reflecting back on that, what happened a year ago. Do you remember this time last year what kind of show we did?
Didn't we did a show about resolutions and stuff, right?
We did.
We're talking about.
Yeah, it's just like what we're doing today. So today's the New Year check-in, kind
Are
of
you
going.
gonna pull this up to show me all my failures?
No, what do you mean? Not show any failures. Absolutely not. I'm going to start with a very fun graphic that is even better because Stub can't see it for another minute. But everybody else who's out there, Rhett, Kern, and Adam, and Carol, and I think I saw Chitachi. Thank you so much for coming by. This is what we're going. This is the graphic of our show last year, and I created it this year. And it's some of the topics that we had, some of the things that we talked about, and what our wine resolutions were, which is super fun. And I wanted to kind of bring it up, and I'm learning how to do things, as you could tell, because it's all a little kitschy, right? We're putting it together. We're figuring it out. But these are all the wine resolutions that we had last year. And while I have 3 resolutions for myself personally, I wanted to kind of go back through on top of what you have in mind for resolutions in 2018 and chit chat about the 8 resolutions we made for ourselves last year. Stuff.
That's a great idea, Jen. I love it. I'm glad we talked about this beforehand.
No, what would be the fun if we planned everything? It wouldn't be authentic.
We always do.
But before we get into those, I would love for anybody out there that's watching it, that has seen us over the last year, that like what we do and want me to continue to surprise Stub, please take a moment and share this out. share this show out. And I'm going to share the link with the YouTube so you guys can go back and watch our previous shows. We'd love a subscribe over there. I'm really pushing hard in 2018 to make sure our YouTube stays consistent. So, Stub, do you want to start this off, or do you want me to start this off?
We're talking about 2018. We're not going over 2017.
No.
Not talking about failures, or are you going to bring those up just sporadically through the show to keep surprising?
No. Go ahead, start.
Great. You know, I can't be mean to more than one person on camera or on air, Jen.
You can. You absolutely.
I probably won't, though. So we're starting with 2018 resolutions. Let's start with a fun one. I believe our good buddy Kern, who we've been talking about, says that the whole dry January is for wusses. I agree. My first resolution is to drink more. How about that? All right. It's not actually drink more. It's actually drink more varied beverages, expand my palate more. You go through the year, you say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to try wines from here more. And we're going to try wines from here more. Or we're going to try this spirit more or whatever. I did a decent job with some of that last year, more with beer and spirits, though, than I did wine. So my drink more is basically make sure I'm drinking more wines and newer wines, or at least tasting. I say drink more. I'm not actually going to drink more. That would be really difficult, actually. But no, I want to try more in different things, whether it be wine, beer, or spirits. I'm really talking specifically in wine here. I did a good job over the summer of doing. I tasted through a lot of gins. Like gin was kind of my summer, and I was trying to. I say my thing. I was trying different gins. I'm always trying any bourbon anyone brings to me or any beer people bring to me. A lot of people bring me wine, but a lot of times when people bring me wine, if they're not wine people, it's probably wines I've had already, to be honest with you. So my goal is to actually get out and taste more wines, whether it be at wine shops, I'm going to say wine shop. More wines from more places, familiarize myself more with some more current vintages, that kind of thing. So that's what I mean by drink more.
Huh. So that's fun. I think naturally I'm already going to drink more wine because I've been very fortunate already to have been working with Wine Studio. Got a great group of 9 wines under the Fetzner brand, and then walked away from the Wine Bloggers Conference with a ton of wine people would like me to review and sample, which I'm very excited about doing. So I think I'm already well on the way. Last year, I said I wanted to try more proper bubbles, right? I think I did a little bit with this past year. I think I achieved that. I tried a couple more brands, learned a little bit more. We had a great interview with Christine Campbell.
Yes.
And I hope, and dream, and pray that I will make it over to Champagne. I think naturally I'm going to try more proper wines overall, and it's one of those places that I hope to expand.
Okay. So Champagne is still on your list for 2018.
More champagne. Always more champagne. I do think it's funny that you said your number one resolution is drink more, whereas last year it was drink once a week.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
There's no way I said drink once a week.
You need to go back. You probably meant it to spin off to something else, probably like refining or making a drink or doing something, but the title was drink once a week.
I think the drink once a week was probably the same thing, like try something new once a week instead of going to an old standby because you have people over or you're going to a restaurant you enjoy. My guess was it was probably like once a week, make yourself do something different. That's what I'm going to guess.
Okay. We'll have to go. I'm going to put up the link. And if you guys want to see last year's stuff and what else we have done, please go over to YouTube and check it out. That's the whole list for Wine Antics Live. I'm making it easy.
Hey, it's right there. Look at that.
Yeah, we can all watch it and see what... Hey. That's the whole list. So that's all of the Wine Antics videos. Nice. Yeah, so that was kind of funny. But you also did say 2 very specific regions last year that you wanted to try more, or actually 2 countries and 2 regions.
Let's see. I probably said Greek. Did I say Greek last year?
I think that was me.
Damn.
This is a fun game.
2 countries or regions. Wow. Thanks, Jen.
Well, this is a good gut check, right? Did you actually achieve the things you wanted to?
My guess is no, because I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, then the regions did I say?
How about I give you a clue?
Please.
Jean Dujardin.
Well, that's France. Right?
Yes.
France. I want more French wines.
You made such a great reference last year, and I had to actually watch a YouTube video to be able to pronounce his name. I'm horrible.
I was really on my game last year, apparently. Oh no, you were talking about wasn't that from the movie with the dog, the silent movie, and that guy, that actor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wanted to go back to your roots. You wanted to drink more Bordeaux's.
Yes.
And more Rhones.
Let me tell you what happened with that.
What happened?
I probably did all right with the Rhones, to be honest with you.
You went to Bordeaux.
Yeah, very briefly though. All right, so I did achieve that goal because I drank more Bordeaux in Bordeaux than I ever have.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. Here's the thing, and I went through this doing my Advent calendar. I preach this when I talk to people one-on-one. Open those bottles of wine. Like some of these bottles I have downstairs, like they're great bottles and they are potentially ageable, but there are maybe 12 to 24 of the, I don't know, 350 to 400 wines I have on hand at any given time that really, really matter. Yeah, Justin, I see you question the roots thing with the Bordeaux. The Bordeaux is really probably the thing that got me into wine, like super serious into wine. That's why I said go back to my roots with that. I haven't drank more Bordeaux's. I've drank Bordeaux's, but I haven't really done more Bordeaux's. So thanks for putting me on the carpet on that one, Jen. I appreciate it.
How is this putting you on the carpet? We're just having fun.
Really.
We're
No, you just call me a big fat failure. That's
I did not call you a big fat failure. I actually set you up for success to talk about the fact that you went to Bordeaux.
2 weeks. I did go to Bordeaux, and that was awesome. So yes, that was okay. That was my doing. I'm awesome. I got invited on a press trip to Bordeaux and drank Bordeaux in Bordeaux.
I mean, I think you achieved that.
I've never done. Look at you. Aren't you sweet?
Just wait, there's more. Would you like to go and say another resolution you have?
Yes, I would. Let me do 2 more resolutions because
Okay.
I have a lot here. My next one is to cook more. And I actually do mean cook more because sometimes with the life and this and that and schedules and whatever, there's a whole lot of, craziness going on and the rib gets home late or I'm out doing a tasting or meeting with some people or whatever, and you don't cook. But also when you do cook, you cook the same things over and over. So you get in a rut. So my idea is to cook more and to cook more different things and vary recipes. And with that, here's a big one, Jen. This is one next year you can really hold me to. I am hoping I'm promising by March 1st.
Wait, let me write this down.
No, go ahead. Please do. I don't have a name for this yet, but I will be doing a weekly video of me preparing a recipe and pairing booze with it.
A weekly
Starting in March. Yes.
video.
Yes.
Prepare like a food and wine weekly video.
Well, it's a food and beverage video.
Food and beverage. Okay.
We're gonna start with a cocktail. We're gonna make a recipe, and then with said recipe, I'm gonna give a great beer and or wine pairing with.
Are you doing this with somebody?
Myself.
Just yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a getting back to the roots thing. I've started my very young life in food service, if you can call it that, at a fast food restaurant back there in Texas. It's called Grandy's, fast food that doesn't taste fast. You all remember that if you're from the South. I get it. But also after getting out of the Marine Corps, my goal was to open up a pub. So I went to work in restaurants and to learn the business. I worked for a restaurant. I managed a restaurant. I worked for a restaurant equipment company doing consulting and training. So I'm kind of getting back to my roots with this. And this is kind of the thing that brought me back to wine after getting out of the food industry for a little bit as well, is getting back into these things. So yeah, so by the 1st of March, the first episode of this as to yet be named show will appear once a week on your interwebs feeds. How about that?
On your interwebs feeds, guys.
Yeah.
Look
So
for
some basic recipes. I'm gonna maybe try to class them up, or maybe I'm just gonna show you how old Grandma Stubb used to make some stuff and put some meat on your bones. So yeah.
So this is very funny because you said interwebs feeds, which reminded me of Justin, and then Justin had the audacity in the comments to say it looks like your mother dressed you today.
I did see that. I think I pinned that comment actually. Rachel Ray with a beard. I'm seeing.
Fork envy.
I'm seeing. Thank you, Tina. I do it with myself a lot, as often as I can.
I like that. Did you see what Kern said? Fork envy.
I actually Man, I actually kind of like.
I like that too.
Vern, you're not getting royalties on that one. You're not getting royalties for changing one letter. Sorry. Yes.
See, even Kern can surprise us sometimes. See how nice that was?
That was actually pretty awesome. Cork envy with cork envy? I don't know. It's a whole weird thing.
So
All
I
right,
like
so this one.
I
Go
like
ahead.
your connection there. I like that you're not only trying to cook more, but you found a way to kind of force yourself to cook more.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
something I've had in the works for a while, and I've been trying to figure out how to do it, and I think I have a good hold on it. So
Good.
my goal is by March 1st to have, I'm going to have hopefully six or eight of these in the can.
Okay, so
So we
it's
can-
all going to be pre-produced.
Oh, yeah. I'm not doing this live.
Oh yeah.
No, not doing cooking live. I can't do cooking live by myself in my little small townhouse. Producing anything cooking where you're preparing anything is difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I've just been trying to figure out how to do it to where it's the most professional looking, but also the most beneficial. It's all going to be off the cuff though. If I mess something up, if I'm
No,
searing prime rib, I'm not doing another prime rib. So
you're lying. I know you stop. I've worked with produced video behind the scenes.
No. Look, if it's like, salt in this little mixture with Worcestershire sauce, it's salt and garlic. I might throw that out if I say something stupid. But once I sear a prime rib, I'm not making another prime rib for a second video.
All right.
I will figure out a way to fix it and then do the video on how to fix this if you do the same thing at home.
All right. Everybody else hold him to that.
No, I will do
One
it.
take stub.
Back at you, buddy. I'm talking to you, Kurt.
Grub with stub.
Grub with stub actually had come up on my list before.
Little known fact that people don't know, I actually own foodieantics.com.
Nice.
Boom.
Look at that.
Boom. Not that I have any plans to use it in 2018, but when I got an extra service with GoDaddy, they gave me a free domain, and I was like, all right, well, this is what I got.
Interesting. I'm actually marking one of my resolutions off the list now, which involves a domain that I own. So there you go, Kern. I got your number, buddy.
All right. So, let's see. Do you remember the other country that you said you wanted to drink more from last year?
I mean, just to make it easy, it's got to be Italy. But it's not, is it?
Oh, it is. Oh, it is, because you wanted to drink from the Kinky Boot.
That's right. That sounds right. Oh, was that year?
Yeah.
I just seen Kinky Boots like the Christmas right after Christmas. The whole thing. Wayne Brady. Awesome.
Was that just last year? Yeah. That was just last year.
That was a set. No, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 15 or 16? I'm trying to remember when I went up to. Somebody Google that and see when Wayne Brady was starring in Kinky Boots on Broadway.
Kern, that's a job for you.
I feel like Kern might know that.
So yeah, that was one of your resolutions last year. How did you feel like you got some more Italian wines in 2017?
Once again, yes and no, because the Italian wines I want to try, I want to try more Brunellos, and those are, expensive and ageable. The ribs, probably like desert island wine would be Brunellos. So we do pull those out quite a bit. I will also say, once again, getting into that kind of cooking rut, like I do a lot of, pasta sauce in my crock pot, because I can do that early in the morning, just let it sit all day. And we got dinner at the end of the night. We just got to boil some pasta and make a salad. So that's easy. So we will drink a lot of probably lower end Italian wines, or at least Italian varietals. So I probably did okay with that. I did not do Italy though, but whatever. I might have failed on that one too. Awesome, Jen.
It's not failure. These
I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep on my huge pillow later. Thank you.
If Kern hasn't made you cry on your podcast, I think we're okay.
Kern's never gonna make me cry.
Okay, then I think we'll be okay.
Kern, that's not a challenge, sir.
I mean, let's be fair, and he did put the link up, by the way. Let's be fair. I said that I wanted to drink Greek wines. I wanted to drink more Greek wines because I found it was really interesting. I had all of a sudden seen a bunch of varietals that I'd never heard of. I dream of visiting the Greek islands, so I was like, oh, maybe I can kind of sort of not visit the Greek islands by drinking the wines. Yeah, that did, not even a drop of Greek
Really?
wine.
You didn't
No,
buy any Greek wine?
no, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No. Mm-mm. So it may have to move from 2017 to a 2018.
Look at this. Writing it down right now.
You write that down. See, we'll keep each other accountable.
Nope. Nope. Jen and Stub go to Greek place.
And this all circulates around eating good food and drinking wine. This is awesome. I love this.
I know a couple of really good Greek places up here.
There are a few Greeks around here.
There are. We will go to. We will actually go. We will go to a Greek restaurant that, no joke, has a very large, like a Bob's Big Boy or Kip's Big Boy, depending on where you are or who you are, pink pig on the top of it because it used to be a barbecue restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Well, but
they should have tried to turn it into a lamb.
Well, the problem is it's a bit of a landmark status where the Greek restaurant is now.
Oh.
It's a Greek restaurant with a large pig on top of it, which is pretty awesome. The food there is amazing, though.
Hey, they made it work. That's
So
all that matters.
vegetarian or animal lovers, close your ears. There are two types of veal there that would make me do horrible, horrible things to eat if I was really hungry.
Let me derail. So the only veal I've ever had in my life was when I was in the army, and I don't even know if it was real veal.
Was it in an army chow hall?
It was,
or mess hall? You called it mess hall, right?
Yeah. It was. I'm sure you know how it wasn't. It wasn't like MREs, but it was the rations that they put out for field exercises, like the mobile kitchens. It said veal. Do I know if it was actually veal or them just trying to make us feel better? Or
gotta be veal.
I don't know. But that's like the only time, and it was like flattened, like it was maybe like one chunk of veal, like flattened to a quarter of inch, and then breaded like country fried steak.
Okay, so you're getting into the wheelhouse here, but it wasn't quite, probably not the same breading. So here's one of the veal dishes they do. They pound out the veal, right? And then they stuff it with ground veal and ham, and they fold it over, lightly bread it, flash fry it, and then put a little, it's got like a little lemony thing to it as well. It is, oh my God, the most amazing thing ever.
And now we've lost all the vegetarians.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
You've got those pointy teeth for a reason, people.
So culturally sensitive.
I mean, I respect your choices and all, but still going to make fun of you a little bit.
All right, Stub, do you have any more resolutions?
Yeah, I'm going to travel more, and I'm going to travel to at least 3 places I've never been.
Like in the United States or in the world? I mean, or it's not specific.
Just period. I do know I will be going to Vermont for the Beer Marketing and Tourism Conference, I believe.
Oh, is that where that is this year? Okay.
And I've never been to Vermont, so that'll be cool. Hopefully Bob Newhart will be up there. I'm going to go to Colorado at the end of April, early May for like 2 weeks. Never actually been to Colorado at all, other than I have flown through the Denver airport, but that doesn't count.
No, I've been to the Denver airport, but it doesn't count.
I've driven through Kentucky and through Louisville, but I'm hoping to actually do a trip maybe to Kentucky and the Bourbon Trail as well. And then the last thing, the Rib and I have been talking about, vacation and trips this year. And instead of doing like a large, week or week and a half somewhere on a beach doing nothing, we thought maybe we would do several kind of long weekends, 3 or 4 little day trips. And one place, oddly enough, I've never been other than on a train or through the airport, is Philadelphia. So we will be going to Philadelphia in the spring or early summer. How about that?
All right. I can get on that. One of my resolutions that I made that was independent of wine per se was move more, is just get up and move more. Ooh. And I can push that into even travel because I'm going to at least, I think, 2 places this year that I've never been before. I'm going down to New Orleans for a collision conference in late April, early May, like literally the week before Jazz Fest. So I may stay and do Jazz Fest.
Nice.
And then I'm, knock on wood, hoping to get out to Denver to go to Social Media Day Denver out there, because I've been working with Erin Sell, our friend Erin Sell. She's
Yes.
heading that up, and I would love to be there to actually support her and meet Mia, who was on our show, Mia on the Go.
Yes.
And then Maya, of course, the wine mistress. So
And when are you doing this? When is this?
So Social Media Day, Houston, San Diego, New York, DC is the 30th of June every year.
Awesome.
That's my
I am hoping also all of our friends you mentioned in the Denver area are also on my list to visit and spend time with when I'm out there. So I'll get them primed up like a month or so before you show up.
Good. Do that. Yeah. And I know Maya's got a lot of wine, and I know Mia has a ton of Prosecco ready for us.
Yeah, I mean, also, and they seem terrible to hang out with. I mean, Maya with wine and cigars and food, and Mia with everything she does, and Erin with her wine. Like, yeah, terrible people, right?
Terrible human
That's
beings.
going to be a fun time. I'm glad. Look at that. We're both going to visit the same people.
Yeah. So glad I mentioned that so you could remember.
But not together.
No, not at all. All right, so let's wrap this up because I don't think I have much more ammunition against you.
All right.
What's your last resolution?
Oh, my last resolution.
I know you got it.
Do I want to go serious? Do I want to go still fun? I know you make fun of me about this a lot, Jen, so I'm going to gloss over this. I am going to start and do more parody videos this year. That is a big thing. You're going to love this. I am going to do my best to do more live streams on my own for stuff, and I know you love that.
You're going to do live streams on your own?
Yeah, no. Well, not like this. Not like a, 30-minute thing, but I'm going to, do silly things and try to come on and let people know what I'm doing here and there.
I've been betrayed. You're leaving. You're leaving me.
No. I'm not like joining another show. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm dead to you.
No, it's not at all. But you go on live, like even before our shows. You go on live for the week. So I'm taking your cue from that finally, and I'm going to try to do more of that. So, look forward to seeing more stuff. Drunk in the middle of the day doing something stupid on a Tuesday. The big thing, I'm going to pick between one of these other two. Nope, here it is. Sorry, I'm gonna talk about. Wow, I've got like 6 more things. I'm trying to be more positive, and by more positive, I don't mean being less cautious. I mean being more positive, like eliminating. I'm not going to say sarcasm because who would I be without being playfully sarcastic? But negative words, like when something really minimal happens, I'm not going to say, "Oh my God, that's the worst," because it's really not the worst. I don't want to put everything to the nth degree, to the superlative that happens. I go outside and like my garage door doesn't catch when I push the button because, the little hook thing came off. That's not the worst. I mean, literally, I have to lift that door and click that thing back in. It's fine, right? So I'm trying my best to be more positive in that way, just to have more positive speak. And the other thing I'm going to try to do a lot this year is say no. And by that, I mean, I'm not going to do things that don't benefit me or others, or that bring me or others no joy. How about that? Is that too serious to end on? Jen?
I'm very glad I get the last word in this. That is very serious. That's a whole lot of seriousness.
No, here's the thing. I'm a people pleaser. I'm kind of thought of as a party captain sometimes. I'm not saying that people think I have no brain or whatever, but people do expect me to basically do what they want when they want me to do it and help them out because they need help. I'm going to do my best to not abandon people, not be nice to people. I'm always going to offer people a drink, a bite to eat, place to sleep if they need to. That's not going to change, but doing things that don't forward my life or happiness. I'm going to try my best to say no to some of those things in the coming year. And I encourage all of us to do that, especially those of you who are like me and are people pleasers.
Absolutely. And Michael C. Voice, or Michael A. Campbell, he was on earlier when I did a little live stream tease out of this, and I was talking about another check-in, like a personal check-in, things that a lot of what I have planned, like I took a deep dive into it, and we were talking about that on my stream earlier, we were talking about staying focused and being focused to achieve more. And I even said specifically saying no to things. I want to do a million things. I really do. My brain goes 12 different ways and I want to do them all and I want to do them all right now. But there's, I have to go back to the core of what I wanted to do. And it goes all the way back to when I left federal service. There was 4 things that I really wanted to tackle. It was being digital, like digital marketing, technology, stuff like that. I wanted to be in the wine industry. I wanted to help veterans and I wanted to help women as well. And I'm being selfish because these are things that are directly related to me. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying. Because it's the best and most investment you'll have is if things are close to you personally. So I love it, Stub. I love that you're going to say no, and I love that you're going to be more positive. It's only going to help you.
Yeah, and once again, I'm not changing my whole personality, just a little bit of a mindset. It's a good thing. But with that, like you mentioned, Jen, too, like the things you thought you wanted to do or that you did, like those have evolved a little bit. So I'm even going to say no to myself because you mentioned like, you have all these things in your head you want to do. I'm going to say no to myself at some point too and not spend time thinking about things that either aren't ready to be thought about or maybe aren't necessarily feasible at this point. Yeah. Because I have a few long-term large projects that I really, really, really would love to do, but probably aren't the best expenditure of my time at this moment, whether it be because of ability, time otherwise, or access to resources and people to help me with those things. So I'm going to say no to myself as well this year. So it's not a negative thing whatsoever.
And I think it's a good message to put out there. And Alfredo says, say no to what? Saying no to things that you can't do.
No to what? I'm not going to say no to channeling Lil Jon.
I think wasn't that turned down for what?
I know. See, I changed it. I did look at this. I've already done one of my things. I've already done my first parody of the year.
Oh. 2018 is complete.
Bam.
Awesome.
I'm out. All right.
We're talking about saying no to overcommitting ourselves and doing things that aren't going to bring us joy. And I think that's a big lesson. And I hope a lot of people will do that in 2018 because life isn't getting any easier or less complex. So I'm going to end this before we go into final thoughts with one other thing that you said last year that you would do. Let's
do it. What is it?
Have you become certifiable yet?
Depends on which. No, I have not actually. That is literally. I will show you this. So I have, like on your phone. What is this? On the reminders. I have all these reminder lists, right? To do this week. 1, 2, 3. Third down, set date for CSW test. Still not marked off my list. So, okay, I failed.
Well, I haven't gone back. So I took the WSET level 3 test and I passed the tasting portion, but I did not pass the written portion. So that's just as much of a thing for you as it is for me to go back and sit that exam. It's actually the harder of the two. You guys would think that tasting is hard, but if you practice at it and you learn to differentiate things, which do come easy, and they don't set you up for failure. That's like the biggest thing is they're not trying to make you a master som. They're really trying to set you up to just identify really key factors and really in wines that really define those factors. Like a Syrah tastes and smells like a Syrah from that region. Like you're good. So I need to go back and do it too, but I thought that was a funny one that said become certifiable.
Yeah, that is a hilarious one. You start getting gigs and other stuff and traveling, and some of these things fall by the wayside.
They do.
Hey, how about another one? Let's forgive ourselves sometimes for also. Let's forgive ourselves. Sometimes we have to say no to ourselves and be like, hey, we're not ready for that challenge or responsibility yet. No. And that's okay.
No. Yep. And I completely agree with that.
Apparently, one of my other goals this year is to get a show right after Harry Connick Jr. or Steve Harvey on your local daytime affiliate of NBC or Fox. I'm going to be like, oh, no, girl, you don't need all that. And then be like, dude, tell us how to work out better. I can do all this. All right. hey, any of you production companies, Stubbs available to host a daytime talker.
Apparently, and pitching on Wine Antics Live is part of your 2018 as well.
So I wouldn't bring you along, Jen. Come on.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. You know, I saw a lot of stuff about 2017 saying, hey, I'm glad this is over. Glad 2018 is coming. And that's good. Don't get caught up in stuff that doesn't affect you. And that doesn't mean to be a Pollyanna and not care about broader issues. But think about your life. Think about the people around you. Think about how it has or hasn't changed. And then try to make positive effects in that regard. And not get so caught up in what everyone else is saying. And just do the best you can for those for yourself and those around you. And be a decent person. How about that?
Be a decent person. I like it.
Person. That's it.
I think,
and if you're not a decent person, acknowledge you haven't been a decent person in some instance, and then take measures to correct it.
That's true.
There you go.
And I'm not a decent person 100% of the time, and I know it. I absolutely know it. But
99% though, Jen.
Look, yeah, I know, and this is not a fishing for pity.
No, it's not at all.
No, it's I do it too. Everybody is human. We're fallible. Sure. So the biggest thing is to recognize what you're doing and try to take corrective action on it. And I think being kinder extends, and this is my final thought, being kinder extends to not only your fellow friends and your fellow human beings, but also to yourself. I'm very hard on myself as time and I'm trying to figure things out in business and in the wine industry, but to stop getting caught up on the rat race. And there's a lot of it, and there's always somebody that's doing something different, and you feel like you're third place in the race and 10th place, and maybe you're feeling first place and then getting knocked back. It's not a race, and I have to literally tell myself that every week. This is not a race, and this is my journey.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There, I got deep for you for the final thoughts.
Remember all the stick figure Dick and Jane stories? How about we just end it with this? Don't be a dick.
Don't be like Dick.
Don't be like Dick.
Be like Jane. Jane is awesome.
Well,
Jane has a Firebird.
Yeah.
Be like Jane.
Jane or a Fiero.
Or a Fiero.
Depending on what era she's from.
Or a Fiat, if you really if she's a millennial. All right, on that note.
Bam! Thanks for staying with us really long, internet listeners and watchers.
Well, this was fun. I think so. I know this is probably one of our more selfish episodes.
It was, but we deserved it. So, Jen, we canceled last week. Let's remind viewers we canceled last week because you were ill. Literally within an hour of you calling me, and then you put it out a little bit after that. Hey, we're canceling Wine Antics. I actually just literally fell off a cliff ill myself. So that was really fortunate because that would have been terrible. So yeah, no, this is cool. This should be self-indulgent. This is all about the new year, new beginnings, new projects. We're going to hold each other accountable, but still in a loving way.
I've got it written down on the sticky pad.
It's you all, me all, everybody all.
So we will be taking 2 weeks off, guys, for the 18th and the 25th, and we will be back for the 1st and the 8th and the rest of February. But we have the 1st and the 8th already planned. We have 2 guests. We have Yolanda Shoshana, and we have Rob Frisch coming back for a 3rd time.
That guy? Oh my God.
If you have missed him in any previous episodes, please go back onto YouTube, hit subscribe, check out the channel. He's there in a couple different places. He's amazingly funny. And at one point, he didn't have pants on anymore. So you know it's a good time.
And you know if Rob's on the show, Stubbs got to go get a new dress. So the whole thing.
I hope you can use the dress that you're using this weekend. Just saying.
Inside joke, people, you're welcome.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to post the after party link right now. We hope to see you over there.
Please join us, friends.